Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the left side as the blue Abbasid Dynasty with DivineDFP. Spawn on the right side as the red Ottomans. We have Warsp1te with a capital 1.
No.
Did I do this replay yesterday? I don't believe so. Oh, we do have the scout moving around, scouting about. Let's see, Ottoman versus the Abbasid Dynasty. Ottomans, of course, get the military schools to get free units, which is a powerful, continuous bump into military strength to help them sway to map control. While the Abbasid Dynasty does, of course, have access to the Golden Ages, as well as some other unique research. The Golden Age Tier 1 is something really should eye sooner rather than later, giving you plus 50% of gather rate for all resources. Very handy indeed. We do not have the gold over here being collected on up. Not a big surprise. He's eyeing for the next age. Does have collected a bit of wood here as well to get out that military school. Once they reach the feudal age, of course, they do have this is when the game really starts going. The Ottomans, of course, had the Abbasid as a unique unit, a more powerful horseman. While his opponent does have access to the camel rider, or at least primarily the camel archer, I should say. Military wings coming out, trying to get some free units to help engage his opponent's free units. And do have the twin minaret meteors now being pulled down the field. And the first spearman would advance in forward. The villagers can just shank him. He will spot the military school going up, and now he's going to try to harass this gold deposit. He is actually splitting up a lot of his fire there. Does get a bit of slices there. They do have a bit of a slow attack speed, so they can stab, then go back to mine, then go up and stab again. Scout push way forward as well. Scout getting some damage on this villager. And this spearman's down to 2 health there, so one more stab and he's done for. Even the scout can try to run him down as well. Scouts, of course, have 1 damage. So 2 quick slices, and he is done for. The second free spearman has been pulled down the field somewhere. There it is, right next to the skull deposit. A military wing and the twin minaret meteors now being pulled out at a similar time. You also have the blue barrel being researched nice and early. Looks like blue may be eyeing for a bit more eco. Golden Age Tier 1 is 6 out of 10 structures at the moment. And this will make it up to 7 there at the slumber camp. And let's switch out. Select the Ottoman player, since we've got, of course, have to be careful of the Vizier that's collecting on up, because it will bring him some advanced abilities, including in the first one will be 2 EMs, which also include some free health regen auras for them. Meters, as well as some movement speed benefits, as well as Italian hills, giving them extra mining speed, as well as 8 sheeple. Oh, howdy, I just saw your rumble comment. So now the scout moving over here. Bit of wood being collected on up, and this scout does bring back some sheeple. This wounded spearman does manage to make his way on back. He doesn't have to really worry about getting up the EMs, or is it? I've been told it's IMs or EMOMs. The EMOMs can, of course, heal him up, but healing up 1 spear is not really that important. Do now have the wheelbarrow almost complete, and fresh stewed foodstuffs almost complete as well. That will reduce the cost of villagers. And we do also have wheelbarrow now being researched by the Ottoman player. Both sides just eyeing eco up. We do got some Abbasid now being pulled on the field. And scout is moving around. Do you have this additional house going up? Do we see the tier 1 just yet? Nope. Still out of 6 out of 10 structures, so he's not getting improved economic benefits just yet. Do now have some archers, Ottoman archers being put on field, and there's the Vizier. Let's see what he goes for. He does go for the free meter. He does have, of course, small defense force here. 2 archers, 2 spearmen. Both players' spearmen are unupgraded. Another meter here will greatly improve these handful of units. He does have, of course, 3 spearmen here. One of them severely wounded. That one's just a bit back. And now got more forces here. He's trying to go for another town center here. He's going to have to rely on this town centers for protection. Does abandon the berries here. He will need to get... He's going to send over the sheep. And now it's going for a barracks and archer range. And with the town center as well, he does get his golden age now. He can get out boot camp to increase the health of his infantry units, and do also got a defensive outpost here as well. You got these forces now moving around the flank. The Ottoman player does have 12 units on the field. And looks like he does have another military school now employed on the field as well. Got these forces now pushing forward. We got a single stone miner here. You will need to fall him back. This stone miner will likely go down, already wounded by the previous spearman, and does go down there. A little bit archer fire there, nothing too significant. Now pushing forward these bowmen, archers. Does get a bit of damage there, but now he is going to be a bit hard to push forward. Town center can get some extra arrows firing now. Does not fire additional arrows there. Archers pushing forward with Metro nearby. These guys having really high rate attack speed, 1.40 as opposed to 1.50. Another camp has been built there. More along the flank there. Does get the arrow slit research here as well to help improve his defense position. He is designed to eco. He's not trying to engage. You got these archers here, but the arrow slit's getting some damage. Does load him up. And does pull back slightly there. The small force archers should be able to take out that smaller force of archers. He does get some arrow hits there. More arrow hits there onto these archers now. He could actually throw his spearmen inside the tower as well to get the arrows firing without disrupting the villager collection. And soon maybe a visible breach here. It's getting pretty close of where line sight will be exposed right there. More archers, more... that's just still the same wounded spearmen from earlier. Currently right now, the Ottoman player does have 25 military units in the field. Those military schools are just pumping out these very high-valued Sipahi. Looks he does get a stable out, has a massive amount of production now on the field. These villagers need to fall back. He may not see everything until right about now. And these villagers will see quite a bit of arrow fire there. He does have textiles for increased health. Now we've got pierced armor being researched by the Ottomans now. Playing on some of that wood there. Another set of Vizier. He's pulling out some battery ramps as well, so running to push forward. And this time he goes for the field work, trying to get out a pair of EMs to pass forward healing there. A number of those forces are quite wounded. That could be quite helpful. Also just gives a general AoE heal effect. Really able to aid in a push with these battery rams. This one does pull out a good number of archers and spearmen. And probably could use some more spearmen. Those opponents pulling out a large number of archers as well. Got 22 archers versus 21 archers with 4 more on the way. The spearmen will be useful against these battle rams. He has activated increase pierce armor with the meter. And now we got a pair of outposts here, both being upgraded with arrow slits. This should be a great hard point, but these battle rams still pose a pretty sizable threat to those outposts. Goes on and pushes his way forward. He doesn't really have a whole lot of anti-battle ram weapons. Savali now advancing forward. Spearman does get a couple spear braces there. Scout does go down. Metra being focused down. Metra does go down. So there goes the additional pierce armor. Villager throws some torches there. Does lose the tower there. This tower is still firing away. Some of these villagers may go down. He does, of course, have 2 town centers, so he can afford to lose some villagers, but can't lose too many. He needs to maintain a higher villager count because his opponent has all those military schools provide some free units. Swahi starting to go down there. All the Swahi down. And overall great defense there by the Abbasid Dynasty player. He lost 1 villager, but that's very minimal. Actually 2 villagers, which could have gone much worse. His opponent's trying to pull out some more battle rams now. But yeah, people say I should bring up this screen a little bit more. See, the Ottoman player's going for a lot of wood there for more battle rams. We do also have a lot of wood being collected up by the Abbasid Dynasty player. He's got his tier 1. It'll be a bit far away from to think about getting his tier 3. And not, the tier 2 just increases research speed. This is nice, but nothing too important. Another meteor on the build queue. And trying to repair up the tower there. Maybe he was trying to garrison it accidentally. Or archers not getting archers. Villagers getting some torches there onto the battering rams. And some of these villagers do go down. Sapahi being focused down. The EMs may go down as well. One EM does go down. Or Iman. And more archer fire there onto these archers. Now it's going to go ahead and garrison into the battering ram to escape on out there. The battering ram doesn't have a whole lot of health. It has 100 and something health. So he's actually able to batter down the battering ram. Sapahi charging forward. Needs to just quickly finish him off. He does the garrison there. Needs some good arrow fire there. Trying to use the battering ram's bait, trying to run these guys away. And he is still going to pursue the battering ram. Battering ram is still moving around. Red's almost out of wood right here, so he's going to needs to retest that wood line relatively soon. And do have another vizier deployed on the field. And does go for the extra military school. We do not have another town center going on up. Designed for a large number of villagers. The Ottoman player is pretty far from advanced next age, so the extra villager production will be very useful. Got a good number of Sapahi pushing way forward. Knows opponent has a large number of archers, so a good number of Sapahi is probably a good idea. Both players got their pierce armor and pierce damage. We do not got hack armor being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player, and a line of palisade walls. These Sapahi are not in large enough numbers to engage. Right now, the numbers of archers 34 to 44. This villager may get picked off. There's some other villagers here trying to collect them some berries. And this villager will go down. These villagers have not responded just all too well. He has not realized that villager's gone down. Now he's trying to evacuate these villagers. They should be able to skip out of there. So while he do have good damage of 12. Do find a bit of damage there on the Sapahi. There's Pierce armor being deployed on out. This will reduce damage received by those archers. Let's see, it will reduce their damage received by 20%, which is mathematically higher than the 15% attack speed. And now we've got a pair of outposts here trying to go for these forest puppers. Does lose some of these villagers there. None of them are still quite wounded. Archers pushing way forward. May focus on the meteor. Does focus on the meteor there. Sapahi going down as well. Now we just got these archers engaging each other. Blue has more archers. Has 54 on the field versus 40. More Sapahi being put on the field. He needs a handful of spearmen to push forward. Does focus on the Sapahi. Now he's going to push forward. Over here, these Sapahi are still moving around. These villagers won't get hit once again. He's definitely not paying attention to this area. Does use a fortitude ability there. And these villagers will quickly go on down. He does lose a good number of villagers there. 6 or 4 of them. And now we do have these forest puppers being claimed. He has 16 villagers here, so he can make sure those here can collect up very quickly. He needs to continue building these palisade walls there. We do now have these spearmen trying to pursue the Sapahi. A single stone miner will get hit, but will stay alive. And now we do have the more battering rams being put on the field. He doesn't really have a poker counter those archers, so this battering ram's not going to be that useful. His tower is still getting some shots on in. Exotic Doggo getting some bites in as well. You have more of these archers being put on the field with some Sipahi. Now trying to push on forward. His opponent just simply has mass archer. More Sipahi is probably a good option at the moment. Of course, they're pretty easy to counter involving mass spearmen, but those can be easily countered by the archers, which they both have large numbers of. Trying to torch down this mill now. Battering ram, we're seeing a lot of arrow fire there. He's focusing not on the battering ram. Some of these villagers will go down. Let's get one set of arrow slits deployed on the field. He's starting to torch down the other battering ram with the villagers there. Sipahi being pursued by these spearmen. Archers engaging archers, more Sipahi pushing way forward. But they're getting just simply not in large enough numbers. Sipahi, however, will draw a lot of fire for his own archers to get some good work done. We got 58 archers versus 42. Spearmen now closing in onto those Sipahi. Now the Ottoman archers need to be focused down. He does currently have 36 in this area. The Ottoman player has 35, so the numbers are quite even. Overall, the Ottoman player is falling back. He does pull out another round of Vizier. He is going for the more military school production. I literally think that he is actually building Sipahi from the stables. These military schools are actually going for archers, not for Sipahi. I got these archers pushed way forward. Both players, actually, the Ottoman player is relatively close to gaining at the next stage. Has enough gold, and now the Abbasid Dynasty is now eyeing to deploy out his own battering rams. The Ottoman player does have plenty of population housing, but there's a number of houses here that could quickly go down to these battering rams. Now I've got the circle dance around the battering rams as well. It's a ritual. It's like Age of Empires 3 fire pit dances. You do now have the battering rams now seeing a bit of fire there. You have these spearmen charging forward. Sipahi do fall back. He does fall back the spearmen there, letting the archers engage the archers. Sipahi now trying to hit these battering rams. They do go into the siege. Spearmen will find some hits on the Sipahi. Archers fancy and forward, get some good hits there onto these archers. One battering ram remains. Sipahi trying to charge up forward. Does get some spear brace there. I wonder if he has phalanx researched. Is that at Delhi? I always get these two civilizations mixed up. Nope, he definitely does have phalanx research. At the 2.9 distance. You now have the fresh Metro now being pulled on out. Does, of course, use the range armor benefit, reducing the damage received by 20%. Placing the archer versus archer context. Sipahi will have his damage reduction even more increased. Now Metro is going to receive some fire there. Spearman charging forward. Will be able to get some hits down to archers. Blue's archers is trying to hit the Metro, but push too far forward. He's losing a bit too many of his archers. Now the Abbasid Dynasty player does have less archers. Going for the economic wing, eyeing for the age up. Now maybe a good idea for Blue just to fall back. More of the housing will go down. It will put the Ottoman player close to pop cap. And it looks like the last of these force puppets are being claimed. That Ottoman player is at pop cap. Starting to fall back some more. The Ottoman player now has more archers in the field. Abbasid Dynasty, of course, has run out a bit of food there. Almost get the age up. The economic wing will, of course, allow him access to important upgrades. The age up will allow him access to the composite bow, as well as get some other powerful economic techs. This Fertile Crescent's not really that powerful, but it's nice to have. Some of these farms are not exactly very well placed. You probably can put some farms around this backline mill. Sipahi will charge them forward. They will find an opening. There's only a couple of them, however. The villagers One villager will go down. Right now, the Abbasid Dynasty player does have 103 villagers. One only has 69. And now we do got Castle Wage for the Abbasid Dynasty player. He does have a bit of gold as well. He's going for the veteran archer research. He needs to get out the archer damage, pierce armor, and the composite bow, and really soup up his archers. Zalak Doggo getting some bites here. Composite bow, pierce armor being researched first, which is actually not bad. Pierce damage will probably go a little bit better in the long run, just so he can focus on the Sipahi faster. Sometimes killing an opponent is a good way to reduce damage you receive. And now got the Mahid Imperial Army on field. The Ottoman player may want to cool off a bit. He knows he's against a higher age. Spearman taking on the Sipahi. Is expanding with these area of the villagers. Doesn't have a palisade gate here. That will soon be corrected. And now got these archers advancing forward. Composite bowman has been researched. And we'll get some volleys there onto the battering rams by accident. He needs to retask. Good hits there. Spearman charging forward. The veteran spearman research almost complete. Sipahi starting to go down. Getting some good damage there. Up here we do have Sipahi going down. And over here, we do now have the battering rams now push away forward. The village force can torch them down, no problem. And now we do have the veteran Sipahi and the veteran archer research. But right now the Ottomans are losing a lot of forces. Now we do have some Gilams being put on the field. Gilams are their version of man-at-arms. They do have a charge attack as well as a double attack, which can get them some good damage, but overall, things of high armors are not that great. The Gillam's base damage right now is 10. It can do some great damage versus low armor targets, but of course, higher armor targets would deal reduced damage. So one of the best ways you can fight against this against these Gilam is actually to blow out your own man-at-arms, which will also be decent at resisting archer fire as well. Against his opponent's current composition, some Lancers wouldn't hurt. He does have, of course, a handful of Spearmen. Of course, Mangonels wouldn't be half bad either. Does get a bit of a Spear Brace there on some of these units. Does have some Lancers now mixed on in. And the Ottoman player does back up the game now. It's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.